Hello, welcome to Primecast. My name is Jesse. Okay, kids, we got a lot of stuff to cover today. I know it's been a long time since there's been an episode of Primecast, and it's kind of there's going to be a few changes going on here. I just want to address the kind of the pink elephant in the room right now. Just that there's no like any friction between White and I. It's just that there's just been some distance between us, and we're still friends. I still like talking and all. It's just that our work schedules and personal life schedules do not, I would say, they're not friendly with each other, as it should say, and so I'm kind of in a crossroads. But we're gonna you're gonna see some of the changes we're gonna be making here. Yeah, it's nothing too serious going on. Just that the show needs to go on, and I know that there's fans of Primecast out there that really like listening to the show and listening to our ridiculous banter, and it's not sure exactly about the immediate future, but we're doing we're going to be doing something different. And I just want to talk to everyone about a game called Minecraft, which is not necessarily, it's a great game, it's a fun game, but it also is kind of a pathway for some people. When I started playing I tried playing Minecraft back when I had a 360, and I played through the trial or played some of the trial and didn't think much of it. And I did the exact same thing for PS3, and when my son got really into it, I bought it for him on iPad, and I started playing for more then. But then the awkward controls, and then when I got my PlayStation 4, it was announced that Minecraft was going to be coming out to PlayStation 4 as well, and I was super excited about that. And it was August 18th, I think it was released, and I bought it on the first day, and realized the controls are great on that game, on PlayStation Edition, and there's also the possibility of playing with people online. And I have a bunch of people on my friends list on PlayStation Network that most of them I don't know or have talked to, because in certain videos I've just said, like, anything that's PlayStation related, you add me on PSN, and usually whenever I do that, I get a bunch of requests. And sometimes I have chats with you. I got more friend requests on 360 just because I think that was more popular than PS3 at the time, but getting more on PlayStation 4 just because that is the really go-to console at the time. But anyway, I digress. Going to playing some, I think it might have been on the second or third day of the official PS4 Minecraft release. I see starting a game up, and I see this join game on the right, and it says a username, and I just click it in there randomly just see if it will work, and go into this server, and I start chatting up with this young folk, and just chatting up, and became friends. And I would just like to introduce everyone to Omar.
What's up, guys?
What's up? So that was kind of a long introduction, but yeah, more or less, we've been friends ever since then. Chatting up, and been having a great time talking to you. And I feel that this is a appropriate transition because you know I just like talking to you, and I think people like hearing you on Primecast.
Hey
So
man,
I all
I
right.
feel the
So
same way.
yeah. So I'm going to act like I don't know anything about you, just so people can get familiar with you. Tell everyone about you, like where you're from, what kind of stuff you like, movies. Obviously, you're somewhat into Transformers.
I
Uh, yeah.
am.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was from Los Angeles. I'm right now currently in Banning, California. One thing I will say about this place is it's dead, so don't even try to visit here unless if you're going to a casino next door. But yeah, it's pretty boring. You know, there's not much to do. So I since I live out here, I just play a lot of video games. I do collecting just as much as Jesse does, only Transformers though, because I don't make much money on where I'm at, and uh, while I collect, I like to improve things. You know, painting, customizing, nothing major, but just little touch-ups here and there. And again, I like to interact with other people where I live at. I have family members, like as my neighbors, which is pretty weird. They wouldn't not expect to be living next door to like three other families that are related to me. So yeah, but yeah, I enjoy playing Minecraft a lot. I guess ever since I was a kid, I loved building things. I used to collect Legos when I was a kid, and when my cousin of mine introduced me to Minecraft, I got into it once the PS3 edition came out, and I got addicted to it, and I just started learning how to use that game. So I enjoyed the little shit out of it. Excuse my language. But once I found out Jesse had a PS4, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna add him on my friends list because I want to see if I can be able to interact with him. Because I know you, Jesse, you're a busy father, and you take care of your family very well, you know, and you keep your plate full. So I wasn't expecting too much, you know, by adding you. But once I came across you, I felt excited because I never thought I would interact with you once I
Right.
joined in, and it was pretty cool. You know, ever since then, you know, you and I have fun on Minecraft. We're doing a lot of survival, doing a lot of
Yeah.
creative shit on creative mode.
Right.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait for GTA 5 once that comes out. You know, you and I
Tuesday. Comes
Tuesday.
out Tuesday. And
Yeah.
you should really oh yeah, we did play some what was it, the Last of Us
Oh
multiplayer.
yes. Oh,
Fuck that multiplayer, but
that shit was frustrating, man. I was new to it too, so you
that game didn't translate very well to multiplayer.
no,
The
it did
gaming
not.
mechanics. I
Yeah,
don't feel like
I feel
it
that game, that multiplayer was just a last minute slap on to it, just to
definitely just
be
like
relevant.
how the Mass Effect 3 they had a multiplayer mode that seemed like it was it was just a horde mode just slapped in at the last second, but they kind of made a big deal about that
Yeah.
before it was even released, and it's just horde mode. It's pretty pathetic.
Hmm.
I mean, every game doesn't need to have a multiplayer mode. It's just useless.
It
Like
is.
every game company that like thinks that they need to have a multiplayer or mode, and just it's unnecessary. Last of Us, it's totally not necessary.
No, it was not. I just think
No,
it's all these companies. You know, it's all about wanting the piece of that pie, get that profit, be
uh,
relevant with the gaming industry. So that's just the way I see it. And if you know, again, if there's a game I would buy, I would not buy it mainly for multiplayer. I would just play campaign.
right.
So
Oh, poop. Um, so and one thing that kind of caught me interested is that when we first started talking is that you talked an awful lot about Evangelion.
oh yes,
Now,
Evangelion.
yeah, I'm still not too awful familiar about that, but you've shown extreme passion for Evangelion, which I very
I
much
do.
respect.
I really do because Evangelion, as much as if those who are familiar with it, for those who do know about that anime, it's a very complex series. It's something you have to look into a lot. Like you have to watch it more than once after you finish watching the series. You gotta look back. You gotta understand the characters and why they're going through all this crap, in their life. And I kind of connect with that a lot because as a person myself, like I suffer through depression. I mean, right now I'm okay, but before I used to suffer a lot through depression and social anxieties. So
Right.
the anime kind of reflected me on that. Like it reminded me of myself a lot, especially the main character Shinji Ikari. He's someone that's again he's going through depression, going through a hedgehog's dilemma. Like he does not want to get close to other characters because he's afraid of getting hurt. And I'm kind of the same way, depending on who I meet. So
Uh huh.
it's something I connect with, and plus I love mecha. I love fucking action. I love that mecha sci-fi action kind of anime. So it's something I connect with easily. Also,
Are you familiar with Attack on Titan?
oh yes,
Yeah.
that's. I'm pretty sure that's something that's very relevant right now in the states and pretty much almost all over the world.
Yeah.
I feel that Attack on Titan has brought a lot of audience because when you remember back when you watched Dragon Ball or Digimon, like you would not hear that much popularity just only with kids like your age.
Yeah.
And you would not think, and when I would have parents look down on me thinking I'm weird because I like anime because it's not the same kind of animation like you watch on a regular cartoon. So I guess now that Attack on Titan made an appearance to public, made its dubbing, which I really dislike. I prefer
Yeah.
I prefer Japanese dub, English sub.
Yeah. That dub is especially for Henjay
Oh
and
man,
Levi. It's absolutely atrocious.
yes, it does not fit with the character at all. Like it feels more of a parody to me. I don't take it very serious.
Right. Like, especially if you I read a lot of interviews about that the Hanji Zoe was supposed to be sexually ambiguous.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to the original Japanese version, it sounds like it could be either a very masculine female or effeminate male.
Mhm.
And like in the manga and the Japanese anime, they made a very specific effort, like not to like kind of do obvious like she says this or her opinion, or like they made it very kind of. I think it also has to do with the way that their language just naturally is,
Mhm.
because I think they don't really use words like her or him or like in Japan. I may be wrong on that, but I believe I read that. But like in the American dub, it's very clearly supposed to be a female.
Yeah. Clearly, I mean,
Uh,
again, I guess for that kind of fact to know about, I think it's just one of those. How do you say? One of those things that, like, when people ask that question, they're not, the author or whoever's creating this, the manga, or whatever. They're not gonna tell you. They're just gonna tease you about it so you can get more into it. I think she's female.
yeah. Are you up to date in the manga?
To be honest with you, I haven't. I've been quite busy with family errands and stuff,
Uh huh.
and I'm trying to get my life together because very soon, like next month, I'm gonna be leaving to Mexico. So, yeah, I'm trying to get stuff like this, stuff like my tickets and all that out of the way. But I will look into it once I get a chance because
Okay.
I hear
The
a lot
last
of
the last few chapters have been mind blowing.
really. Oh man.
Really, it resolves a big part of the story that's been missing since the beginning.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you know what? Just the way you expressed what you read, I think I want to look at it after
I
this.
can I can send you a couple links to where you can read the chapters online.
Okay.
It,
Because oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it's the last two chapters. That's the last one that just came out a few days ago is pretty exciting, but the very end of the chapter before that blows your fucking mind.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, I got. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna look into it after the show. Like, I really want to know what's going on because again,
Uh,
I haven't missed too much. The last one I read down was it was after I forgot what chapter it was. Yeah, I can't even remember. I just remember that it was after they were testing Aaron, how he's decreasing his size whenever he turns to a
oh yeah,
Titan.
that's
Quite a
Ooh,
lot.
you got a ways to
Yeah.
go.
See, that's what happens when I'm busy, you know. So I can't always keep everything up to date. But hey,
Yeah,
at least you know, hey, we got bless the internet, bless
yeah,
technology. You know,
yeah,
you can just look into it without buying the book.
yeah. Sure can. Yeah, that was man, I can't remember how long ago that was.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some like little pages of other chapters, but I wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Something happened to my internet. Let me close that down. But yeah, I've seen a few. You told me about a few chapters that shocked you, and I really want to look into that after. Yeah, sorry. This is kind of awkward. This is my first. Oh, by the way, if for those of you listening, this is my first time recording, so this is kind of awkward for me. The first
It's not awkward. I mean,
I feel awkward.
it doesn't feel awkward at all.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we'll start to get into what the show's a little bit more about. Um, yeah, what have you bought in the past few weeks, or what are your most recent purchases?
Um, last week, I did pick up Leader Class Jetfire. Really love that figure, by the way. And then I got Windblade, which again I love the figure as well, but she's on the loose side, so I need to fix that. And I got the what's that one? Oh, the KFC hand for MT10. Even though I haven't got an MP10 yet, once I have them in hand, I'm gonna change these hands. You know, I love the fingers. They're really articulated, and I was at first I was fearing that they were gonna be very loose, but they're actually not that bad. You know, they hold pretty well.
And who made them? KFC,
Oh, yeah, KFC. The
Kentucky Fried
Kentucky.
Chicken.
Keep the fantasy
That's
stuff.
just such a silly name for.
It is. I did hear though that they're in the process of changing it. So hey, at least that didn't last long.
Right. Okay. I really. What was the last thing I got? I think the last thing I got was a week or so ago. I got a couple Sons of Anarchy figures, which is one of my favorite shows. It's on FX, and I got a Breaking Bad figure, which are now have a infamous infamous
Controversy.
controversy about them fucking coming out with little blue bags of meth.
Yeah, I never understood that really. I mean, if the lady didn't want to buy it or didn't like it, she did not have to go to that aisle. It's a free market. Yeah, people act like dictators.
Right. Yeah, it's so silly.
It is.
But that's the latest last toy purchase I've got. I did buy a whole bunch of Mountain Dew Game Fuel today. I love that shit.
Oh,
I-
tell me
it-
something about that.
Oh, you don't know anything about that?
No, I've heard of it, but not so much of it.
They when Halo 3 came out back in 2008, I think that was the first time the Game Fuel came out, and it comes out with big video game releases, such as Halo 3, and then it came out with a certain World of Warcraft expansion, and then it usually comes out for like any much bigger Call of Duty release, but it's amazing. It's the best, and it's for me at least. It's like a good sign that marketing works because I like the name suggests. I love drinking that shit while playing video games.
Wow.
Marketing, man, it
Marketing.
works for some people.
It does.
I just had to snag up all this shit.
Wow. Uh, was it what was I gonna say? How was that freaking Walter White? How was that figure?
Mezco figures are they look good.
He
They
looked
look
good.
really good. They're crappy action figures.
Really?
They have next to no posability. Like either Walter White only has 1 point of posability, and that's the neck.
Wow.
It does they don't it doesn't have even have shoulder joints.
That's disappointing. I was actually looking forward to getting one.
Yeah, and the Sons of Anarchy ones, they have shoulder joints, and that's it, and the neck.
Well, I guess they are meant for adults then.
Yeah, they just look good. They do look really
They look
good.
good. They do.
Yeah, yeah. I finally saw Guardians of the Galaxy last night.
Oh, how did you like it?
It was okay.
Did you think so? I actually enjoyed it.
I mean, I liked it. I just wasn't blown away by it. I thought there's a couple parts that I mean, everyone's been saying like it was funny, it was great, it was fun. There's a couple parts where the quote unquote funny parts were just really hard for me to watch. Like
Well,
where I just felt embarrassed just watching it. And it's kind of like a pet peeve of mine that I have throughout like a lot of movies that kind of utilize the same kind of thing. It happened at the beginning and towards the end where it's not spoilers at all, but during the opening title sequence when Peter is dancing to his fucking headset and he's just it's just so unnatural. It just seemed like they're just going for a easy laugh, and the same thing happened at the end, whereas it's such like at the during the climax of a fight, and it's fucking looking pretty pretty gloomy, and and just not much outlook on it, and he just starts fucking dancing and singing. I'm like, wow, this, and yeah, he used it as a just distraction, but really, it just kind of fucking killed the whole
conclusion.
yeah, it just was so still. But one of the funny parts that I've there's only one part I really kind of chuckled at, and I thought it was really funny, is when Groot extended his arm and like punctured like six
Oh,
people,
and he like hits him back and forth, right?
swinging back and forth, and he's screaming, and he dropped it and looked back at the camera and gave that goofy ass grin of his.
I actually laughed my ass off seeing that scene.
That was cute. That was pretty funny. I did like that part.
That was enjoyable. I enjoyed that film a lot. Like
I liked it. I liked it. It was a good movie. I don't think it's when before the movie was released. I think Kevin Feige, the producer of nearly all the Marvel movies, said that it had the best script of all the Marvel movies.
really,
I think that was a bit of exaggeration. It's an origin story. It's nothing all that special. Ronan the Accuser, he's a fucking boring ass villain.
yeah, I didn't find him too threatening, really.
But I loved Thanos in that movie.
Oh, especially the fact that damn, what's the actor's name? What's the actor's name?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. Yes, the way he portrayed Thanos, it was pretty. It got me chills just hearing his lines. It's just
Yeah.
like, damn, this is the guy that the Avengers are gonna be having a fight with in the next installment for what, phase 3 is it?
Yeah, it's going to be a two-parter Avengers.
Yeah.
Infinity Wars Part 1 and Part 2.
You know what? I want to give a thought about that. I think that was a little too early to show to give us a preview because if you think about it, they just released a trailer. I'm not going to discuss the trailer, but they released the trailer for Age of Ultron, and then they released this. Like, I feel that it was just too
Yeah,
soon.
like they didn't even announce the date of the next Avengers movie until like a year after the first one came out.
Yeah,
And Age of Ultron's not even out, and they already announced the name and dates of the next two Avengers movies.
yeah,
It's a little bit too much.
it's
Like
too much.
I think the only reason they did that is because like DC's getting a lot of more of the more exciting comic news with Justice League and Green Lantern movies coming out
Yeah.
and such. And they're like, no, we want more focus on us. So this is what we have coming out. We have fucking Black Panther coming out, and we got no, fuck Shazam. We got our own Captain Marvel, and it has tits.
That's your
So,
interpretation, huh?
yeah, that's how I got it. I was like, yeah, well, fucking. And there's a lot of people, especially even Robert Downey Jr. was showing like concern that like he was kind of hesitant to come back for any Marvel movies because he felt like they were getting stale. And I think for the most part, for some of them, especially the fucking Thor movies, that is very true. I think the Thor movies are very overrated. I think the first Thor movie is junk. I
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it too
think
much either.
I think the second one is a little bit better, but it's still very disappointing as a film. And what was the name of that villain in that fucking movie? Radicat? No, that's fucking Lord of the Rings.
I'm like, where'd you get that from?
What is his fucking name? I forget.
The villain for
Yeah, Thor Dark World.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not see the Dark World, so
Oh,
yeah.
you're
I was not.
nothing.
I'm kind of the same page as you. I was like, I had no interest in knowing Thor very
And
much.
now there's a Thor 3 coming out.
Yeah.
And like, but there's still no Incredible Hulk 2.
Yes. I've been wondering about that. Like, what I don't understand is what's so hard about giving Hulk a sequel or his own standalone film. Like,
I don't know.
it's
It's something I was saying before. It's just I have a lot of nostalgic value for the Incredible Hulk, so I am kind of biased. I'm extremely biased towards that movie. It's not the best of the Marvel movies at all. Not even close. It's not the best, but I love it the most. It's one that I can watch beginning to end, no problem, and I still get emotional. I still get excited at the exact same parts, and it has to do with my childhood growing up with the Incredible Hulk TV show and my kind of relating to Bruce Banner on a personal level. Same kind of emotion control, anger control, bipolar depression control. Yeah, and I've spewed into that many times before. I'm not going to go into it again. Not this time anyway. But for that, them to kind of fuck over the Incredible Hulk and bring another junky ass Thor movie, it really upsets me. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that I was also just kind of disappointed the way that the Hulk was portrayed in the first Avengers movie.
yeah.
It just didn't seem like Joss Whedon just doesn't either know or doesn't really care too much about the Hulk. Anytime that the Hulk showed aggression or anger, it just came off as funny. It was unintentionally funny.
So yeah, especially when he says on that scene when everybody's arguing, he's like oh you can't stop it. I tried.
Yeah.
I even put a gun in my mouth and he swallowed the bullet. I mean, spit it out.
Yeah. The other guy.
The other guy. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the first one, so
Yeah.
I need to look at that.
I mean,
again.
yeah, there is one of the most badass Hulk moments in any of the movies is in the Avengers, but that's like, I think they just kind of threw that shit in. I'm doing a lot of bash talking on the Avengers. I still think it's a fine movie. It's a dumb movie.
It's a dumb,
It
yeah. It's
it
not.
has it has little plot in it, and it's so simple that a toddler could really follow it.
Mm,
It's not the smartest movie, but it's a very entertaining movie.
it's entertaining.
Yeah, yeah, it sure is. But
Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, it's alright. So let's get on to some Transformer news.
All right.
We got some good in package images of Transformers Combiner Wars figures, and that is Voyager Optimus Prime, Voyager Silverbolt, Firefly, Skydive, Alpha Bravo, and Dragstrip.
What do you think of?
I the looks like they're doing the kind of same thing with the that they have for, especially with the Optimus Prime. It lost a lot of paint apps
It
between the
did.
prototype and this. Like there's just a giant slab of gray plastic on the sides where the side windows are, and just plain black wheels.
Yeah,
It's not attractive.
it's
Not
not.
attractive at
That's
all.
what kind of. That's what really puts me off with Hasbro's cutting corners. I mean,
So
I'm gonna eventually get the Prime just because he's Prime. Because for those of you, just so you guys want to know a little more about me, I'm mainly collecting anything that's Prime. So anything Optimus Prime that gets released, I'm gonna go get that figure.
right. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up getting it, but I'm going to get Motormaster first because
Oh,
the Motormaster is just a actually, I would say Motormaster came first, and Optimus is seemingly the repaint. And the Motormaster, of course, is going to be the core of the Menasor combiner. And yeah, that's the thing. This Optimus Prime can also be a combiner as well, which is kind of odd. So it seemed like they were like, hey, Motormaster might not be able to sell as well, but he's a combiner and he turns into a truck as well. Let's repaint this fucker as Prime. Instant profit.
exact thoughts I'd have too.
Yeah.
Because we come on, you look at Prime and you know that did not fit the mold very well with him. And
No.
that's how I had a feeling once they revealed Motormaster. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, they made that guy first, and then they just decided to slap Prime in just because he's Prime.
Right. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how these combiners come out because I always liked Superion. I was never a huge fan of Menasur in the cartoon, but I always Bruticus was always my favorite combiner. But that toy really hasn't aged all that well. No, and I'm glad to see that they're learning from their mistakes by having a Voyager class centerpiece. And from what I see, the Superion definitely looks to be a lot better than Bruticus. But did you also hear the rumors?
Go ahead, tell me. 'Cause I probably might.
The rumors that there's going to be a Titan class
Oh,
Devastator.
Devastator. Wait, but
Holy shit!
I
Holy shit!
I can't swallow this. Like I don't think it's possible for me because I mean, yeah, I mean I heard rumors that it might be an exclusive to Toys R Us, but again, like how do they fit that budget with such a for that size toy? I mean, don't you think that's a little high on their end? It may,
Oh, it's probably. I mean, it's going to be high in their end, but I mean, it's going to be. But okay, this is the full story.
Mhm.
Okay, the whole story. Rumors aplenty these days. This one should make all you combiner fans out there very happy. Following on from the recent Deleter class Ultra Magnus rumor, now we have a rumor originating from our own forums concerning a possible Combiner Wars Titan class Devastator. This has been brought to us by two separate sources and can be checked out in TFW's ongoing thread. Take all of this with a grain of salt for now, but if it turns out to be legitimate, there's a chance it will be revealed around the time of next year's conventions. Blah blah blah. So let me look at these sources.
And did they? I mean, what I'm a little confused about is this going to be like the Devastator from
I can
G1 or
this
Prowl centered?
this guy says I can confirm Devastator is happening, but he will be sold as a single unit, not as not as separate pieces.
Okay, yeah, that if yeah, once it's confirmed, yeah, I'm gonna pre-order without hesitation.
Yeah, yeah. I've been dying for
An official
my
Devastator.
God.
I mean, as much as I know you have a huge dislike towards third party, like I've always been tempted to get Hercules, and hearing about this news.
Who wouldn't want the giant ass fucking Devastator? But that's been my problem with third party companies for so long now, is that they're so overpriced.
They are, and not only
So
that,
was it $100 for a Voyager class figure and buying fucking 6 of them?
yeah, that's a huge investment. But after hearing this news, I'm like, you know what? If this turns out to be true, I'm excited for it.
Oh man.
But the only thing I'm kind of a little on the fence is if it's going to be a Prowl centered Devastator, or is it going to be what was it, Hook centered piece?
A Prowl?
Well, yeah, in the IDW comics, I heard I didn't read too much on it, but they use Prowl as like
Autobot Prowl.
Yeah, Autobot Prowl. If you go on TFW, well, just to show you proof, but you go on TFW, you clicked on the rumor link to it on the news. You can see Devastator's head has these red crest like Prowl. So again, I don't know too much about it. I don't know too much about the story that happened in IDW, but I don't know. People are spreading rumors and saying that it might be a Prowl inspired centerpiece Devastator. Like,
so, like, what did Prowl become a Decepticon?
I have no idea. I think, yeah. If you guys hear or have read the comics and know about that story, hit the comments below, because I have no idea how where this occurred. But I just know that there was at one point a centerpiece of Prowl. I guess he might have gotten captured. I think, or I'm not sure if he turned side. I don't know too much about it.
I've never heard of it. I did, when I was looking at his picture, I did see those forehead crests. I was like, huh, that's kind of weird, but I didn't really think too much about it. But yeah, I really want to see what that leader class Ultra Magnus looks like.
See, Prowl Devastator. Oh, Ultra Magnus. Yes.
And I remember you saying that a lot of people are shitting on it. That's probably going to be the new IDW Ultra Magnus. I like it. I like that. I like the vehicle mode. It's kind of a Cybertron-esque update of the G1 mode. I mean, okay, come on. I understand G1 purity and G1 all the way, but I mean, even in toy form, the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus toy is a little bit on the boring side. I mean, you had to be kind of honest. I mean, it's not something we haven't seen before. If we get a truck mode of that new IDW Ultra Magnus, if it's like, kind of like a Cybertron-esque truck that's somewhat inspired by the G1 toy, then I'm all for it. And it's still the same. It looks just as badass in robot mode. I'm all for it. I bring it on. I can't wait for it.
Of course, same with me. I really don't care. I mean, at first, again, when for a long time, I've been wanting to get that City Commander Ultra Magnus figure, but because of the third party, it's expensive. It's out of my budget. Hearing about this excites me, because for Ultra Magnus as a character, I don't care if he's like, again, a centerpiece white Optimus Prime with the trailer as its armor, or whether he just transforms altogether. I really don't care either way. I just want a Magnus in my shelf with the third season cast,
Right.
But I'm excited for that.
Yeah. It's good. Next year it's going to be crazy for Generations.
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to that.
About to say fuck it for the rest of Age of Extinction. I was planning on getting the which we'll talk about in a little bit, the Armored Knight Optimus Prime. I was thinking about getting that because it is starting to grow on me a little bit, but then hearing about all the fucking cool ass shit that's coming out next year, like, man, I need to get past the movie and start getting on to some of these new generations coming out.
Hmm. Yeah, you know what? I haven't received mine yet, but if I don't receive it, like the or if I don't end up getting a shipment notice tomorrow, I'm just gonna cancel it. To be honest with you, because I'd rather put my budget on figures that I want to get more than what's. Because I mean, he's Optimus Prime after all, and I would like to get him, but he's at for $80. Yeah, you've had me thinking a lot when you mentioned the price point. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
not.
mean it does look nice, but I mean it doesn't look that much nicer than the original release. It
Mm,
is a little bit of a snazzy repaint, but the whole general problems of the figures are still there.
yes, especially the backpack. Oh, I hate
Yeah.
that
Yes.
backpack.
Yes. The one thing I really do like is that it has painted baby blue pupils for the eyes. Gives the
Hmm.
character a lot more life to it.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
I do really like the face swapping gimmick.
Oh, yes. I wish that would have been translated into the RTF mold. Like that would
Oh
have been
yeah,
perfect. That would have
yeah.
been a masterpiece, in my honest opinion.
Yep. I mean, they could have done it. They did it with this. Why couldn't they do something like that in the past
Hmm.
instead of like having one figure have a face mask, one other figure not have the face mask? I mean, come on.
And also too, you got and when you think about it, that was like the huge problem with the first the Buster Prime mold from Chikara. Like a lot of people did not like the mouth on
I
Prime.
like Optimus having a mouth.
I do too, but that was like the main problem
Yeah.
with the fans. Like they wanted a face mask as or battle mask for if I should say as preferably for that figure,
Right.
and I think that
I
would
mean,
have made more. I would have that would have given more fans advantage of I would have I think I would have been more happy if it came with that feature.
right. But I also just like the idea of having of Optimus having a mouth. I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of weird that in all of G1, the best Autobot hero in the entire cartoon, and we never see his full face.
Nope.
It's kind of weird
Yeah.
when he talks. You don't see his mouth move. You don't see it's just kind of like this plate just goes up and down. When you think about it, that's kind of fucked up. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't really give him any expression. It's hard to kind of like view him as like as an Autobot with emotions. He's just kind of like even when he's getting shot at, he's dying. You don't see any emotion in him, and that's weird. And that's just kind of weird to me. But then like when there's that trend started back in and or well, I guess it started with Optimus Primal and Beast Wars, where Optimus had a mouth, but he
Mhm.
also had a battle mask, and then that just kind of started a trend of Optimus Prime also having a battle mask, which it didn't really translate fully into cartoon form until Galaxy Force slash Cybertron came out,
Oh yeah.
and that was the first real big jump to actual Optimus Prime having a mouth in a cartoon form, and a lot of people had a tough time swallowing that, but I like it. It's just more emotion, more of a relatable character, not just this emotionless god that among Autobots, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty refreshing too if you think
Right.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand G1 all the way, but come on, the characters have to evolve to some extent. They
Yes, I
can't. They
agree.
can't. I mean, sometimes like just like a RoboCop in the new RoboCop, he didn't have his helmet on all the time. Don't necessarily agree with that. Not mainly the reason they did that is mainly because the actor he says like I need to show my face so I can act better. It was not an artistic choice, but as a preference of the whiny ass actor. That's the
Mhm.
kind of choice that I'm not behind. But a choice behind this, where there's obviously not an actor influence, where it's more cosmetic and just want to give it the times. You want to see more of a emotion in this character. Then I'm all for it.
Oh, of course. You know what they say. When it comes to Hollywood, with actors, the actors serve the movie. The movies do not serve the actors. That's my honest
Definitely.
opinion. But hey, you know, and
Okay, man. Another great figure that's coming out next year is Masterpiece Star Saber,
oh,
and some base mode images of that came out, which I forgot that the original Star Saber even had a base mode, but then some more images of that came out, just showing that the Masterpiece figure also has a base mode.
That
Holy
looks
crap!
good.
Now, as much as I was kind of dissing the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus for being kind of boring and seeing something is nothing new that we already haven't really seen too much. This is so awesome because I like, next to Fortress Maximus, G1 Star Saber was second on my Holy Grail list, and if they, I don't know, I'm not sure which one I would have liked more, Encore Star Saber or this Masterpiece Star Saber, because I mean, I like the cartoon accuracy of this new toy, but I just like G1 figures. I like they're simple and they're die cast and they're chunky, they're heavy, they're big, even though they're kind of look like crap at
Angles.
some aspects. But I like the toys. They're just, they bring me back to my childhood, of discovering these toys when I was young, no matter like how crappy some of them were. But this Masterpiece, if we never get a Encore Star Saber, this Masterpiece Star Saber is going to be, just as good, because it is amazing. I have the Robot Masters Star Saber, which is about like a 7-inch scale Star Saber, which also is fully transformable, but it does not have the Super Micro Brain Master.
Oh, I think I remember seeing that one. Is
It does have the core robot that transforms into its chest and head, but even that the core robot had a tiny little action master, or a little master figure that transformed into its chest, which one didn't really, it just kind of plopped in there. But yeah, but this is like the ultimate Star Saber figure that you can imagine.
This is. I mean, when I first heard about the Star Saber one #1 vote for becoming a Masterpiece figure, I wasn't too familiar with the character until I wanted to watch some clips on YouTube about the character, like some of the scenes he appeared in, and he started appealing to me, and like I was on the fence about getting the figure until like you convinced me. I was like, I don't know if I should get it. I don't know if I should get it. He looks tempting, but I'm just not sure. And
he's gonna be so fun.
Yeah. After seeing that he's gonna have a base mode, like, oh, okay, that I'm getting more bang for my buck just seeing this.
I mean, there's so much shit you can do with this fucking thing.
Yeah. And again, I don't know too much about this character, but he just, the appearance looks appealing to me.
He had a personality much like of Ultra Magnus, very firm, very much of a commander. He was very stern. He's had a very authoritative presence, that of a good commander, which I really liked about Star Saber. Not so much as Fort Max. Fort Max and Headmaster, he's like had no idea what the fuck he was doing. He was a pretty piss poor leader. But one thing I never really quite understood with the people getting their panties in a bunch is that they're pissed off that Star Saber's getting a numbered release in the Masterpiece line. He's MP24, and people are wanting him to be like a special line of masterpieces. I'm not. Why fucking bitch about that?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't get it either myself. Really, I have no comment for that. I mean, I am gonna say that him and Prime are the only masterpieces I'm ever gonna collect, really. Because again, Prime is Prime. I'm gonna collect any Prime. Star Saber, on the other hand, the reason why I got it is because I feel that his size, especially when you mentioned it, like his size is very appropriate in my Chug collection. So, and again, he looks appealing. Looks cool.
Right. The core robot, I feel, will be probably about a Voyager, maybe a little bit smaller class figure. And in the cartoon Star Saber, in his super robot mode, he was gigantic. So I have a feeling that this is going to be really, really nice looking with the rest of the Chug figures.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Okay. Okay, let's go on to. I think that that's all I really want to cover as far as Transformer news goes. Let me go on
Oh,
to.
I just wanted to. Sorry about that. I wanted to mention. What do you think about Stinger that got announced?
Um, I don't really care. I'm not too upset about it. I'm not going to get it. That's it. It's. I might have considered. I mean, it's just a red repaint of
Red
the
repaint, yeah.
new Camaro Bumblebee, which I'm can't say I'm too surprised about.
Mm.
But with how they made the new Bumblebee kind of a shell former, I was kind of expecting that they would replace the shell part with a more accurate car.
Yeah, I was gonna say that myself. Like, yeah, like it didn't make much sense for it to be a shell former, unless if they're planning on retooling it, which in the case they didn't, and that really ticked off a lot of fans.
Yeah.
They wanted a Pagani or whatever how you say the car.
I'm
Uh,
pretty disappointed, but and then there's part of me that just really just doesn't even care anymore because I'm kind of over the Age of Extinction toys. I'm looking towards the future with them, looking towards the generations, some other shit that's coming out. So I'm like, yeah, it's one less thing I don't have to get.
all right, I could see where you're coming from.
Yeah. All right. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Let's go to. Now well, fuck that. Marvel toy news. Now you don't really collect too many Marvel Legends, do you?
Not really, to be honest. But
Okay.
I am familiar with the comics and characters, and I adore it a lot. I even have a collection of movies of the
Hmm.
of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. Now, yeah, next year's kicking off the like. There's going to be apparently at least 3 waves of Marvel Legends for the Avengers line. The first two, or at least the first one, is going to be purely comic. The second one is going to have some Marvel Cinematic Universe characters, and then mainly Nick Fury, Agent Coulson, and Maria Hill. And then the next one is going to have, it's been teased. We only seen the first two of the actual movie. It's going to have a repaint of Hulk, and with new hands and head, and a repaint of Captain America, which both of them look really, really good. Can't
Yeah.
wait to see more Age of Ultron Marvel Legends figures. Especially, I want to see Ultron, of course, Scarlet Witch, was it Quicksilver, Vision. I can't wait to see all these.
Hmm. No. One question I wanted to ask is, does it matter like like I know Hulk is a repaint from the previous Avengers figure, but like do you like I don't know if I want to start collecting Marvel figures, I want to like kind of go by what's more definitive, like say again
Hmm.
Hulk. Would this Hulk be recommended for me to pick up? If
Yes.
say like again I missed out on the last Avengers, but this is gonna be perfect for me to
For the
collect.
only thing that's different is that the pants are not like ripped jeans or anything. The pants
Mm,
are look like they're more of a black pants, stretchy pants that are meant to like stretch for Bruce Banner. That might have been like specifically designed for him, so he didn't have to rip pants. That's what I'm kind of getting from it. But
oh,
yeah, I mean it's going to have it's going to have 2 heads. It's going to have like kind of a mean grimace face, and then it's going to have like a yelling head, and it's
mm,
going to have a kind of closed hands. It's going to have grabby hands. So it's going to have 2 sets of hands and 2 sets of heads. And while the first one, I love the first Avengers Hulk figure. It's one of my favorite toys ever. But it doesn't have any alternate heads or hands. So that is kind of a down point in that. And as this is not a build a figure project, it is going to be just a single release. It's definitely like could be your definitive Hulk figure.
mm. What That's the thing. It would be nice if Hulk were at least once get at least build a figure release, because then I
That,
think that would give more advantage and benefit for the fans. If they if say like again if you're planning to purchase,
but the thing is, it really didn't need it.
really
I
didn't.
mean, the figure itself, it's gigantic. It's absolutely huge. But the reason why I was kind of wanting it to be a Build-A-Figure when it first came out was simply to have the space for a Black Widow figure, which eventually did come out by itself with the Winter Soldier line, which is also an amazing figure.
Yes.
But yeah. Yeah, I want to see the rest of these Avengers Age of Ultron figures. Also, can't wait to see the movie. I have not seen any trailers for it though.
Oh yeah.
Not.
Yeah,
I've
you're very
not.
committed to yourself to not watching any
Yep.
trailers.
Yep. Yep. There's no urge for me to watch a trailer for it at this point. Because I got kind of confirmation, like I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy, and I remember seeing trailer for that when it came out. When the trailer came out, I'm like, oh, I remember this scene from the trailer. I know exactly what's going to happen. That sucks. It's really shitty. Like when I saw Age of Extinction. Oh, I know this part. Grimlock's going to transform into a T-Rex and charge at Optimus, and Optimus is going to knock him straight to the ground. That sucks. That would have been amazing to see that for the first time on the big screen. I don't need to watch trailers for movies I know I'm going to see because I want to be surprised by everything. I want everything to be authentic first reaction.
Of course, that's reasonable.
But but if it's a movie that I'm not familiar with at all, I'm gonna watch the trailer for it once to see what it's about. Like I would not have seen a movie called what's a new one's coming out? Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth is coming out. Has a movie coming out either late this year or next year. Was it? Yeah. Just by the title alone, would you see a movie that was called In the Heart of the Sea?
No, I mean,
No.
never heard of it. If I were to look,
I'd never heard of it either. And it sounds like it's kind of a it's just kind of a cheesy title. You would not really suspect anything of it. But when I saw a trailer for it, I'm like, oh my god, I want to see this fucking movie. It's a true story based in 1820 of the whale ship Essex, crewed by a couple of George Ballard, Owen Chase, and a couple other people. And during the voyage, the ship is sunk when it is rammed by a very large and enraged bull sperm whale, ultimately leaving its crew shipwrecked at sea for 90 days. And this inspired the book Moby Dick.
yeah. See, that's where sometimes the title, especially when I don't hear about movies too much, and I just see the title, I'm not too appealed to it until I see a trailer. And now that you mentioned that, now it sounds interesting. Sounds interesting to watch.
Right. Especially when I was watching the trailer. I was watching the trailer blinded. I had no idea what the hell I was watching. It just seemed like kind of a drama C pick, and then when you see the fucking scenes with the whale, I'm like, oh my fuck. then it got me because I love sea creature movies.
Oh, hey, you're not alone.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that, especially science fiction films, like Jaws, fucking anything from Peter Benchley. The guy like him, he makes interesting stories that are about sea monsters and shit, and I like that kind of movies.
Yeah. I love the idea of the unknown sea. There's so much shit in the ocean that we don't have any fucking clue about.
Yeah.
Only 98 there there's 98% of the ocean is still undiscovered.
That's correct. Yeah,
I mean,
I could have sworn I heard that we've only discovered 10% of the ocean, which
right.
scares the shit out of me because what is it? What else is down there? You know?
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, like people can only search like such a narrow little bit of the ocean at a time, and who knows what else is fucking moving around down there that we can't see.
Kind of makes you believe maybe we still have some, you know, living dinosaurs down there and shit. I'd be scared as
Yeah,
fuck if that were real.
I know. Like, wouldn't it just be so fascinating? Just like if we could like somehow just drain the ocean of water just to see what the fuck was down there.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of have that kind of feeling with Loch Ness Lake because you know
Right,
how people.
right,
Because I
right.
mean, I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people who who believe in folklores, and it just captures my interest.
You want to believe because you just want to know that there's something out there that's
Yeah,
undiscovered, that's something that remains a mystery. Because the idea of our world being completely known is boring.
it is, and it's the same way with like space. Like I would like to discover another life out there, knowing that we're not alone. But there's then you have people, not to offend anyone, but there's people that can't handle the fact that we're not alone. And I don't know. I guess if I were to talk to someone with that mentality and give me a reason why they can't handle it, I can see why. But I'm just one of those people that don't mind knowing that there's something else out there, and that we're not alone.
Exactly.
I'll feel very isolated if we were alone.
Right.
That was yeah.
Right. All right. Got Marvel out of the way. Obviously, we can't do questions this time around. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're about an hour. I think that's a good episode. I think that's a good stopping point from us. So, I had a lot of fun recording with you, Omar, and hopefully we can do this uh, a lot more. And
Oh, I hope so too, and I'm honored to talk with you too.
yeah, yeah, and I liked having you on board. And and I'm sure that everyone will like this episode. Bit of a change for us, but I can't leave the Primecast fans hanging anymore. So, but going to be some changes around here. Uh, but they're going to be for the best. I'm pretty sure. All right, guys. You can follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/ssjautobot. You can Instagram me too, ssjautobot. And I can also broadcast a lot on Twitch at twitch.tv/ssj_autobot. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to me here on YouTube, just click the subscribe button above this video to get the latest episodes of Primecast and all sorts of stuff. And I know you're a little bit light on the interwebs, but where can people get a hold of you at?
You guys can find me at Twitter /ChevyTron951. You can find me on Facebook. My name is Omar Alarcon. I mean, I'm more open, so I don't mind it. People having friends with me on Facebook, so that's fine right there. And
Adam. If you have a Facebook account, Adam. If you have a Twitter account, Adam. Follow him. Do it. Do it now.
all right.
Alright, guys. Alright, until next time, thank you for listening.
Peace.